Thank you. Madam Speaker and my colleagues.
We are going to reduce to 1 minute.
Madam Speaker and colleagues, I'll speak in the Busia style. Madam Speaker and colleagues, I join my colleagues and the rest of the country to pay a tribute to the lost hero. Honorable Ssegirinya was a great friend because he had character of the people of Busia border. I would say so because he was a leader who had qualities that voters want. Madam Speaker, you have given me 1 minute, but in Busia, heroes don't die. Honorable Ssegirinya, honorable update. I want you to update God about this question. That Uganda, we are a country which in this century, we are still talking about denying our people bail and bond. Honorable Ssegirinya, the second update to God, tell him that this is a country which is still taking civilians in military courts. Honorable Ssegirinya, update number 3, report to God how you have been belonging to a mingled political party which is not organized. Honorable Ssegirinya, lastly, I want you to request God to bless the Speaker and the Commissioners for the support they have given you. And also request God to allow the Speaker to be the second National Vice Chairperson for our party because of her good heart. Lastly, Madam Speaker and my colleagues, words of living people when they are dead must be taken seriously. Madam Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya, when he was still alive, there are some people on his grave. Those people are now crying more than the relatives of Ssegirinya. Moreover, Ssegirinya, before he died, he told them, you authored a letter saying, I am not sick, don't step on my grave.
Let's have order.
The words of Ssegirinya must be taken seriously.
Can you all sit?
Yes. Your protection. When Honorable Ssegirinya was still sick, there are words he spoke, and I want those words to be respected on his grave. Madam Speaker, Honorable Ssegirinya, there are some people he listed in his party that they should never step on his grave because they ushered a letter saying he's pretending that he is sick. These people should not step on the grave of Ssegirinya because I saw them yesterday, Madam Speaker, when they are crying more. Why are they crying more than the relatives of Ssegirinya?
Thank you.
Why are they crying, Madam Speaker? I therefore request the imams who will lead the prayers to ban.
And honorable colleagues, as we send our condolences to the family, the party leaders of where Honorable Ssegirinya belonged.
Proper is Honorable Tinka Simire Barnabas.
We are here with a heavy heart about the death of our colleague, Honorable Ssegirinya. Honorable Ssegirinya, we met in Chevando, where I do some business, and he was consulting. I love your style of leadership as a member of parliament, belonging to a party, and you are able to tell them the truth. And he said, I want to join you. I told him that you are most welcome, but you have to do ABCD. I told him you have to prepare yourself to actually be that member of parliament who will not be compromised when you come in parliament. And we agreed that he could start as a councillor at KCCA, get some money to support himself, such that when he is on the floor, when he joins parliament, he's a bit decent, not to rush for this money, you know, the money that I'm talking about, and such that you can survive that blackmail. I am very, very happy that what we discussed from my business place in Chevando is what exactly Honorable Ssegirinya did. He came to Parliament with a vision, looking at the poor people. Allow me to another minute to eulogize a leader that we share the vision. He belonged to the opposition, but he shared the vision that I share of looking at the ordinary person. And indeed, he demonstrated it even when he was in opposition. Right Honorable Speaker, I am saddened that he is dying in the crossfire of intolerant politics, where he would have received medical attention and he was denied bail, even when he cried that he should be allowed to go for treatment. That's very, very sad. Even when we say he has not been killed, in law there is a principle, thin sick principle, where you must explain somebody who is weak when he disappears in your hands. And this is what has happened to Muhammadi, and the community is asking us as government, could we not have done better? I know, Right Honorable Speaker, Parliament did their best, but you did it too late, because this man required that treatment at the right time. It was too much already on him that you were just now literally like wasting resources because the time had run out. I will pray going forward that government should be sensitive on the rights of people they have sent on remand. If they seek bail to go for treatment, they must know that bail is part of Article 28 of the Constitution.
Switch on.
Of fair hearing. Because if I am in custody of police, I am on remand in prisons, it does not take away my right to defend myself. And it is during that bail time that I can prepare my defense. Now we have Dr. Kizza Besigye in prison. How many times is this government going to imprison Dr. Kizza Besigye? Have we not had enough of imprisoning Dr. Kizza Besigye? If he died in prison, what would we explain to this country? What would we explain to this country? Why can't we produce him in courts where it's supposed to be produced? There are several constitutional rulings, even to the Supreme Court level, requiring that civilians should be tried in military, in civil courts. Why is he still being tried in the military court? This type of torture to receive coffins of Ugandans is not the type of politics that I would want to practice when I'm a member of parliament of the ruling party. I want to engage and win an election, not by militaries.
To pay my condolences to the family of the late Honorable Muhammad Ssegirinya, the relatives, friends, and colleagues, members of parliament. Right Honorable Speaker and members, we yet stand here under very, very difficult circumstances of paying tribute to a honorable member of parliament who walked to this house and was sworn in but has not served even one term to its completion. It is sad. And to me, I'm looking at the circumstances that has led to his demise. Right Honorable Speaker and members, it isn't the late Honorable Ssegirinya in these circumstances alone, but all of us are potential detainees, all of us. I know for sure I was supposed to have been arrested on the 13th of December last year under framed up charges. There are strong people in this country had written a report and submitted it to the president, accusing me of murder, accusing me of land grabbing, and all sorts of things. And there is a private secretary to the president, one Susan Kasinje, whom the president had invited us to attend that meeting in State House. But he excluded me and allowed my accusers to be before the president. And they made their case. And they went through their channels to write reports, say, Your Excellency, we are waiting your orders. But fortunately, the president thought twice. He sent another set of investigators and the CID headquarters, where I would have been arrested for murder. Not one person, but 3 persons. And all that. But the point I'm trying to raise is that the state is a leviathan, huge, with many actors. The president comes in, being the one on top, and who really, in the circumstances, bears responsibility. But in most cases, there are those who work behind the scenes, and they write such reports, and they frame up people, innocent people, like we have the Ssegirinya. Why must the arresting officers and the prosecution arrest, then start investigations? Ideally, why don't you investigate, have a case, and then you arrest so that the accused can have his day in court or her day in court? And this we are failing. Right, Honourable Speaker and members, the profile of Uganda as a country is going down because of such incidents. It is. And why on earth? What is Dr. Besigye doing in those military cells? These are the issues. Must we have another person to die under these circumstances? Why are we doing so badly, Madam Speaker and members? I think these should be learning experiences. That's why, with a sad heart, I shouldn't be standing here. Probably I would also be in very similar circumstances. Right, Honourable Speaker and members, yes, death is a must. But his must have been exacerbated by his long stay on remand in jail. And even the judiciary abandoned its cardinal mission of being the temple of justice. We must check all ourselves. Those agencies within government who write and give fake reports and end up embarrassing the president, and then end up embarrassing government and embarrassing all of us. Because for the last 2 years, when they were in detention, why didn't the state adduce evidence and have them produced before courts of law? And also, I want to agree with Honorable Nambozi, this tinkering with the constitution on provisions that are critical to Ugandans. Why must you remove bail, yet you know the investigative machinery of the country is still nascent? It isn't solid. Why must you move against the bond in a country where the state institutions and apparatus are still fragile? So I think we need to take caution as members of parliament. We are not doing internationally, we are not doing well. Our rating is going down, and now culminating into the abduction of Besigye. He's now being tried in Makindye. We can't find the way out. Looking at Dr. Besigye behind bars with his big eyes, you can't look at the photos again. It is a disgrace to this.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. In the VIP gallery, we have Honorable Muyanja Senyonga. You're most welcome. Thank you for coming. We also have a condolence message to the family of the late Ssegirinya from the Parliamentary Pension Scheme, and enclosed is 2 million shillings. We'll pass on the document, and Honorable Aisha, you will make sure that this man is delivered since you're a member of the pension. And then we also have a condolence message to the family of Honorable Babadiri, Margaret, also encloses 2 million shillings. This money should be rerouted to the family. I had the Honorable Uda